What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Polkastarter. Now, Polkastarter should have gains, but I actually have some genuine conflicting sort of feelings about Polkastarter for a couple of reasons. So I'm going to talk about that in this video and what this can do in terms of price. Also, Gary Gensler is going to be on the he's on the hill for a talk about crypto. So it's going to be interesting to see how the markets react. So I'll talk about what's happening there as well. Before I get into any of it though, if you're new to the channel, guys, these are the first 26 coins that I did videos on this channel. In those videos, I was like, these are outstanding cryptos. For these reasons, I'm buying them up. Now, you can see what the prices were when I recorded the videos and released them. You can see what the current prices are. So, say you're putting $100 into each of these coins, and so you were still holding them, right? It's 3 years on, should have been sold in the bull cycle. That's what I did and my friends did and followers did. But if you were still holding them and you wanted to sell them today, you'd be able to bank around about a little over 15.5K in profit from a $2,600 investment. And that's doing everything wrong. Because again, they should have been sold in 2021. And I did that. And if you'd have done that, $100 into each, selling when the markets were red hot, you could have and would have netted a profit of over 123 grand. Big difference. Now, as I said, these are not the coins I own. If you do want to see the coins I own, that I've been buying up in the bear cycle, go over to copymycrypto.com. On copymycrypto.com, I share all the coins I own with the members. Anytime I buy a coin, the members are alerted. Anytime I sell a coin, the members are alerted. We actually offer a whole host of different things as well. We do videos every day talking about the markets. We've got tutorials set up. But the majority of people just come to join and copy along because they don't have the time to do the research. And that's the thing. There's huge money to be made in crypto, but you have to put in the time. You have to put in the thousands and thousands of hours to research to find these coins. That's how I found Phantom. No one in 2020, not a crypto YouTuber on the planet, other than myself, was saying that it was going to 100x. And it ended up doing 700x. Now, I've actually found a coin recently I've added to my portfolio that I think can do that. It's already nearly doubled in price and it's still really low market cap. I think this can do a huge run. So if you want to learn about that, go onto the site and read through. Everything, by the way, on that site is public record. So you literally can confirm everything you read by going on the old videos on this channel. And if when you read it you like it, wonderful. Maybe I'll see you there. If you don't, obviously no obligation to buy. Keep coming back to the channel and watching the content. Let's talk Polkastarter. So hovering around 46 cents. Most of the supply is out. There's only about 800,000 left. Market cap's pretty small, only 4.45 mil. If you're unfamiliar with Polkastarter, it's basically a launch pad. It's a way to fundraise for Polkastarter, for Polkadot and Kusama based projects. Now, these are IDOs that they launch, and they've got some NFT launches, and they've got gaming Web3 launches. These are the early startups. This is how you get in early on a coin, and you can potentially make profits. Now, Polkastarter was founded by Daniel Stockhouse, Diego Martins, and Miguel Leet. And Miguel Leet was a serial entrepreneur, marketing extraordinaire. Apparently, he co-founded Vision and BPro Network. BPro is pretty good, to be fair. Daniel Stockhouse is a serial entrepreneur, and he credited with co-founding LIGO, which is obviously a pretty successful e-commerce firm. He also worked at Fitch as well. Diego Martins, on the other hand, is a computer science expert who's also the co-founder of CodePlace, which is an online platform that teaches web development. They've got a pretty good team. You know, they've got an extended team now. This is a sort of low-risk alternative to getting into cryptos at reduced prices before they actually launch. Polkastarter is tradable everywhere. And look, you know what? It's done well. It's really done well. And if you actually take a look at Polkastarter, If we take a look at the Explorers, so let's look at Etherscan as an example. 33.5, nearly 34,000 holders. Pretty good. If we take a look at BSC scan, 18,000. So you're looking at maybe 56,000 holders if they're all different people. It's not bad. Or 51,000, sorry. Something like that. 51,000 holders. Now, look, Polkastarter, there's a ton of different things that you can do. A ton of different projects that are always going up. One of the ones recently that their whitelist just closed was Citizen Conflict, which is going to be a crypto game. And they've launched a bunch of different crypto projects. You can see all the ones that have launched here. And you can see there's really good, some of these have done really good price appreciation, 2,800%, that's 28x. 25x, 12x, 23x. They've done, a lot of these have done pretty damn well. Now, the thing is, right, and why I'm hesitant, and it's the only reason I'm hesitant about Polkastarter, is I've seen throughout my time in crypto, like, fads drop off, right? And launch pads, look, ICOs were a massive thing in 2017. And they kind of dropped off, and they came back in a new form, whether that's IDOs, IEOs, IGOs, whatever you want to term it, right? But I could genuinely see just a new form of fundraising coming out in crypto, and it taking over in the same way that we saw sort of IDOs take over, and then IGOs took over, and then IEOs began knocking about. And I think Polkastarter is a very good project. I think it's a really nice opportunity to get in on cryptos if that's something you want to do. It's only been through one bull cycle, but it did do pretty damn well. Run up to about $6.50. Now, I'm hesitant to say anything dramatic in terms of price, purely off the basis that it's only been through one cycle. And there's a ton of volume knocking around at that $3 level. That's where I'm really looking at Polkastarter probably running to, which is still a 300 mil market cap. But the reality is the better offer, Polkastarter is better for getting in early on cryptos than it is as an investment. And this is Polkastarter GG, which are, their gaming platform effectively. And look, I personally look at Polkastarter and go, this is the sort of opportunity to get in early on other cryptos. I don't look at this going, this is a quality investment. It may well turn out to be decent. It may well turn out to run up into double digits. It could. It could hit $10. It could make $1 billion market cap. And if it did that, it would be because the platform itself is releasing and fundraising for real quality projects. Now, I make the argument there's actually a fair amount of these that aren't quality projects that have just they did good initial gains and a lot have dropped off. And that is true. And that's actually the reality of launch pads, is a lot of these coins drop off. So you do have to be aware, like if you are stuck in a vesting period that's 2 years or even a full year, you might miss most of the gains. If some of these skyrocket and go on to do outstanding things, you're going to make great money. But there's always actually a bit of a risk here, just off of that basis, because not all of these projects are going to be winners. That's just a reality. Poker markets obviously did insanely well. That's 123x, but there's some coins that only did 166%. And I'd be certain that they're probably lower than the entry point for the pre-sales or for the IDOs. So it's something to bear in mind. I've seen launch pads. I've looked at a lot of launch pads. I've played around with launch pads. I've played around with the ICOs back in the day. And you know what? When they pay off, they pay off. And it's beautiful. But there's a lot of times where these coins don't do much, or they die a little death. And if you're stuck in a vesting period, you can end up not, a lot of those IDOs don't end up paying off because the vesting period's too long, gains have been lost. But look, make no mistake about it, they are clearly used by a lot of people in crypto. They just clearly are, because it's got 51,000 holders and it's only got a tiny ass market cap. So off of that basis, off of the fact that there is, when we go through previous projects, you can see that they all raised the required money that they wanted. So this is heavily used. People are involved, each time. This one had 3,500 participants. This one had 3,500 participants. Even some of these had 1,200, but that's still consistent and reliable. So make no mistake about it, this is used. People on Polkastarter fans and Polkastarter holders are absolutely using the platform. That's a great sign. Maybe it could hit double digits. I'm still going to go conservative and say $3 because there's so much damn volume knocking about then. And I've also seen, again, in the past, these ICO phases, them being overtaken by something else, them being overtaken by something else. And you could see it happening again. The big plus here is there's tons of holders clearly using the platform, and it's effectively a parachain of Polkadot. Polkadot's still got a lot of hype around it that can drag it forward quite nicely. But key thing here is going to be that the projects that are landing on Polkastarter are quality. If they are quality, they will naturally appreciate in price because they'll be releasing and fundraising for quality projects that go on to do massive gains. That's their biggest thing, is vetting these projects like mad. And if they do that successfully and really pick winners, they'll skyrocket. $3 will be passed in no time. But for now, conservatively, I'd say $3. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you're a returning viewer, hit the subscribe button. Look, the video's going to make you money, so hit the subscribe button, you won't miss them. It's kind of simple. And also, karma's a real thing. So if you do something nice, you will be rewarded. And look, before I get into this Gary Gensler stuff, guys, if you want to see the coins that I've been buying up in the bear cycle, head over to copymycrypto.com. On the site, I share every coin I own with the members. Anytime I buy a coin, I let the members know. Anytime I sell a coin, I let the members know. Bank profits, I let the members know. Now, you're watching this video, you know there are gains to be had in crypto. You have to put in the work. Yes, you can get lucky and maybe land a safe moon or something that does silly gains with luck. But if you want to consistently make money, you have got to put in the time and the energy and the effort. If you don't have the time, you can't muster up the energy, and you really don't want to put in the effort, Copy My Crypto could be exactly what you need. That's all I do. How I found Phantom when no one on the planet was talking about this as a 100xer is the same way that I found the coins that I'm in. All these coins, I think, are going to do massive gains. I've added 2 new ones to the portfolio only a couple of weeks ago. One of them has already doubled in price. The other one's up about 50% in price. That's in 10 days. One of these coins as well, I think, can 100x quite nicely. High risk, but if you want to learn about it, go read the site. And remember that every single thing on that site is public record. You can verify everything you read yourself on this channel's history. And maybe I'll see you there. And last thing, guys, Gary Gensler. So Gary Gensler is going to address the crypto markets and securities laws in a hearing. So this is the oversight hearing. So in his prepared testimony, he's reiterated his stance that the majority of crypto tokens are securities. Gary Gensler underlined the compatibility of the crypto markets with securities regulations and emphasized the SEC's responsibility to safeguard investors, irrespective of the tech or terminology involved. He maintained that the general public invests in crypto tokens, anticipating profits and a brighter future, relying on the entrepreneurs backing these tokens. So that's his version of the Howey test, which is not actually what the Howey test is. It's part of it. The SEC chief expressed unease about the crypto intermediaries who frequently offer a combination of services that are generally distinct in conventional securities markets. He said the blending of functions within crypto intermediaries results in inherent conflicts of interest investor risks. He also insisted that identifying oneself as a DeFi platform does not exempt one from complying with securities laws, and that such non-compliance endangers investors and jeopardizes public trust in the capital markets. He also discussed AI, climate risks, market structures, and money market funds. Look, Gensler's statement underlines that the SEC's commitment to ensuring that the crypto sector adheres to securities laws is continued. As the industry continues to develop, regulatory scrutiny is going to intensify. Of course it is. But here's the reality. Gensler doesn't actually understand a lot of this. He also doesn't understand what the Howey test is, clearly. Because if he did understand the full scale of the Howey test, he would understand that actually cryptos do not meet the criteria to pass the Howey test. As a result, they cannot be identified as a security. Cryptos are commodities. I would agree with that. However, they are not securities. So until there is an understanding of the situation that is spread across the entire government, we're going to constantly have this back and forth with the SEC. Until there's clarity, we'll constantly have this, and whether that's America's SEC or the UK's FCA or any other respective branch of the government that wants to get their cut. And that's all this is Gensler getting its cut. It's not about protecting investors. It's not about any of that. And it's always the go-to. How the hell can banks in this day and age say, we're not going to allow you to put money on this platform because we're protecting you? Fuck off. That's my money. What are you talking about? And that's the problem. And that's the problem with the SEC. There's just, until we have consistency in this market, we're going to have these moments. And to be honest, this is probably what's, caused a little bit of a blip in a bit of a pullback in the market. Not a dramatic one, but enough of one. And yeah, I just think he's a jackass. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Be interested to hear that. And that's it for me. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.